It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Commanders and the Titans, and it comes your way next.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Huard. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
The punter Tress Way sent to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Jackson now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out is their second-year quarterback from Kentucky. He earned several starts as a rookie. It's Will Levis.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. You just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
The separation, well, it comes in the preparation. In this defense, well, they were prepared. They identified all week long the weak points in this offense, and they keep hammering away at it. This is why you do your homework, kids. Good things typically follow.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down. Levis from the shotgun. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And leading them out, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, the number 2 pick in the NFL draft out of LSU, Jayden Daniels.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because you have a bad outing, like this QB did last week with no touchdowns, a couple interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
He has room past the 25. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. And a lot of answers have to be found defensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Titans offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. The first carry here for Tony Pollard. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. On the play fake, it's Levis. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Titans will have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Levis now off the play fake. That's going to be caught, Tony Pollard. And that's good for a gain of 5. Benjamin St-Juste getting up to end that play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 38. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
3rd and short yardage, Levis. Pass taken in by Pollard. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Commanders and Brian Robinson Jr. running back on now. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Stays in the pocket. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, Daniels. Complete, it's McLaurin. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. The Commanders ready for the punt. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Collects this at the 32. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Now we're going to have a stoppage after that return. Looks like somebody was shaken up on the play. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it. 1st and 10. Throwing is Levis. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Levis here on 1st down. That'll be complete to Burks. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Completed left side to Thomas. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
That's caught for the first. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And this time they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Levis. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The kick by Gano is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Crowder with a return here. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They're still in search of that first down of this game, Brock. Hoping to put together a drive and avoid calling on the punter again. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here.
False start. Offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Here's 2nd and 7. It's taken in by Sinnott. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they face 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. He gets this one to McLaurin. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jump the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
False start. Offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, we got a 1st down here. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. Again, Daniels to the air. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Daniels from the pistol. Here's pressure, and he is dropped by the Titans. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't the linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another try following the sack. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Titans aggressive in defending the pass here. They're in dime. Third down coming. From the gun, it's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
The Titans and Will Levis set to take over again. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Pass caught by Ridley. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be a Tennessee first down. Levis back to throw. Has his man, it's Ridley. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Handoff running left, Pollard. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Slot man motioned over. Levis now on first down. Has the connection to Ridley. This is ahead for about 5. Benjamin St-Juste getting up to end that play. We get a look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. We've got a close one here. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter, and it's Titans football. They're advancing it well as they face second down. That throw finds Okonkwo. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin has got it. And the Commanders are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Oh, man, I'm having to hold my partner back after this one. Captain Fundamental not happy that he didn't take the time to stop and get set before delivering that football. Gotta think that in part led to the turnover.
Yeah, Captain Fundamental because I couldn't run. Kind of like Tom Brady, right? But he's the essence of it. He's the GOAT. Why? Because he sets his feet. He's so fundamentally sound. The chance of interception so much higher when your fundamentals are no good.
It's okay, partner. It's gonna be okay. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Able to find Dotson here. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Daniels off the play action. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Escapes out to the left. He's running for it. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. The flag makes this 3rd down and 10. Mariota to throw. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's gonna run for it. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And he's brought down after a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Mariota. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. On is Ramiz Ahmed for the Commanders' field goal try. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick by Ahmed is good. And that'll push their lead to 4.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Jackson now to return it. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Titans ready to take over on offense. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Throwing now on 1st down, Levis. Completed to Pollard. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen, play goes nowhere.
Throwing his Levis on 3rd down. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Here comes the Titans punting unit. Jamison Crowder back deep for the Commanders. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. No return on that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop. Second down now, 7 to go.
Second and 7 at the 15-yard line.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosive.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Their punter making his way out now. It'll be Tress Way doing the honors. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Punt taken near midfield. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Titans will enjoy some great field position on the short side of the field. Levis here on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Benjamin St-Juste getting up to end that play. Offense to the line for second down. Levis from the shotgun. Short pass brought in. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. 3rd and just 2 to go. On the play fake, it's Levis. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, you can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
The kick by Gano is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Commanders set to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Ball at the 33 for first down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice gain. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
This one finds Gage. And he's brought down for a loss.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing, proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
3rd and long for him here. Launches one deep downfield. That's complete inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders grow the lead to 7. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Point after from Ahmed is good. And the Commanders grow their lead to 8. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Jackson now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They motion Ridley over right. Levis setting to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Caught for big yards on the right side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a gain of 29 yards. And the Titans will have a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 1st down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Shotgun now for Levis. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 42. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Complete beyond the marker. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Levis now off the play fake. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They'll come up 1st and 10. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Titans facing a deficit near the break. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Levis. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Ball start. Offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Here he is on 3rd and long. Looking for a target. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Following that incompletion, we've got an injured player on the field in need of a look from the trainers. So the Titans left with a 4th down, and we're going to see Nick Folk after the try. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. The kick by Gano is good. And that gets them back within 5.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Commanders and Jahan Dotson about to take over on offense once again. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. To throw, Daniels. Setting up the screen. And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Washington calls it second timeout. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Again, Daniels to the air. Ertz reels it in. We'll have him gain about a handful there. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Daniels. To the sideline and intercepted. No, it's incomplete. He had the pick, just couldn't hang on though. And this drive lives on to see 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Man in motion, out of the slot. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. All down by Dorrance Armstrong. It's halftime from near the nation's capital. The Commanders polling in front after 2. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jordan Love, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Adonai Mitchell, a touchdown catch in the victory. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. What a treat to watch the rookie in that first half. The number 2 overall pick, Jaden Daniels. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. These 2 teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here
Stonehouse
is
now
the
to
great
kick this
Kate
one away.
T. Scott. Kate?
Crowder with a return here. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Here's pressure, and he is dropped by the Titans. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
He'll take the option to the right on 2nd down. And he found some running room for a nice gain. They get 9 yards back, but 3rd and 11 still to come.
That's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 11.
Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Encroachment, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. Here's Daniels. He's on the move. He calls his own number again. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. New set of downs for him from the 46.
And the Washington first down.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
A 4-yard loss.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. You put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best.
Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Daniels back to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. It's enough for a 1st down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out.
False start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Daniels now. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd.
A handoff for Robinson, running right. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you could just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 4th and long. On is Ramiz Ahmed for the Commanders' field goal try. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. The kick by Ahmed is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up second down. Now a toss. It's Pollard. Escapes a defender. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Levis. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
Man, look at the big fellas working their tails off up front. That offensive line gave the QB ample time. Unfortunately, just no completion to be found down the field.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And the fair catch secure here at the 16. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 14.
Throwing now from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. Now is Terry McLaurin on the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Jack Gibbons on the coverage.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. On target to his man Zacchaeus. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Throwing from the gun here. That heater is going to fall to the turf. Looking for his wide receiver there. And 4th and 4 coming up. On now comes their punter. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. So the Tennessee offense headed out for another series. Levis here on 1st down. And the Commanders get home. They drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. They give to Pollard from the gun. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Commanders pick this one up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
I think the phrase, Kate, blood in the water, comes to mind in this spot. There was a chance to get aggressive and attack them being backed up close to the end zone. Can't imagine that decision paying off in a better fashion than that.
The home teams and Terry McLaurin ready for another look on offense. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with 1st and goal waiting for him. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. And he sent a man in motion. 3rd and long, here's Levis. Has his man, it's Ridley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
And the fair catch brought in right at the 40. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
This is hauled in by McLaurin. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. Here's a nickel look by the Titans, 3rd down. Now Daniels off the play action. That's a catch. Looks like he's in bounds. Good effort, but still short of the 1st.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. The Titans and Tony Pollard headed back out there offensively. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Benjamin St-Juste getting up to end that play. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Levis from the shotgun. Completed over the middle. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. And Washington into the dime here, defending pass, 3rd down coming. Shotgun now for Levis. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Following that incompletion, we see he's pretty shaken up after taking the hit on the throw. They're out to look at him now. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's just going to fair catch this one. That's brought in at the 39-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this 2nd half. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. An option give to Robinson. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Rashad Weaver finishing off that play.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And the Titans will get set to take over. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These defensive ends today are so good, Kate, with their hands, and it's often right off the jump. If you can win with your hands, if you can create space, you can get a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
The give on second to Pollard. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton. That's 5, it looks like, on the play, so now it's going to be 3rd and 8. First throw for the backup now. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Titans ball, and they could use a score. They come into the 4th trailing. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. This one falls incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. And now it's 2nd down. Setting up a throw. Has the connection to Ridley. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Dropping back to throw. Pass taken in by Pollard. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First and 10, it's Pollard. And that carry gets him up to the 44 on a solid gain. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
They run the counter to Pollard. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. He's going to throw this one. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that makes it 2nd and long. Throwing now, off play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing 3rd and long. They've got a man in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. We've got a stoppage now. There was a player shaken up on that return, so we'll take a brief break as they tend to him. Daniels on first down. He's on. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
At the 15-yard line.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
Kate, I'm going to call that, even though it looks like nothing on the stat sheet, a win-win for both sides. The defense, well, they rally. They get right to that throw in the flat for a no gain. The offense, well, they just remind that defense, you not only got to cover us vertically, but we're going to stretch you horizontally as well.
Great defensive effort to reject that one. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Titans and receiver Calvin Ridley back out again on offense. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. From the gun, they go with Pollard. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still second down.
All right, here we go, second down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's tackled for a short gain. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Right back to Pollard. Juke the defender. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
They'll run here with Tajay Spears. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second down now, 7 to go. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Again, a run with Pollard. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 4-yard pickup there, and that makes the decision even tougher now, 4th and short. They'll go, it's Pollard. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. That'll be complete to Burks. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be a Tennessee first down. From the red zone now. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans down by only 2 in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Here we go. The Titans setting up for a big 2-point attempt.
The Titans will line up for the
He's throwing for it. Flush. And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the 4th quarter. Well, we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
That's a good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. You take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. 2nd and 3 now.
2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down, ball at the 36. Daniels from the pistol. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd down and 10, Daniels. And oh, someone stepped in, it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They go play action on 1st. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now it's Pollard. And he's brought down for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
A 50-yard attempt.
Got all of it, and this is good. And late in the 4th, they have grabbed a lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They are coming off their 1st interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Able to find Ertz. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
So keep that second and short play in your back pocket. The penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic first down.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. On first down, here's Daniels. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Looking for the back that time. So it'll be second down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To throw. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. Throwing now. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They've got first down from the 31. One of the tight ends motioning right. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Going with Pollard on the ground. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Touchdown, Tennessee.
The Titans make it a 9-point advantage. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Folk with a point after. And the Titans make it a 10-point ball game.
30. Commanders 20.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Crowder with a return here. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense making its way back out now. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. To throw, Daniels. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. Keeps himself upright. Terry McLaurin. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
And the Titans are able to cover up the kick. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Ooh, had to have that onside kick. Got 1 timeout, but not much time left. This one kind of feels like it's over.
Not a whole lot they can do, but you can't give up. Not a time to look at the clock. You got that 1 timeout. You got to do all you can and really hope and pray this offense fumbles the snap or screws it up here in the final minutes.
Lined up in victory formation, and the Titans take a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. So it's a win on the road for the Titans. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Titans are your winners. As with that, we sign off from DC.